Hello students, in this video we will start a new chapter called Paraphrase. Paraphrase means in your exam one unseen poem will be given to you. You have to go through the poem. What does the poet want to tell from this poem? Or what is the central idea of this poem? You have to study the full poem and write its answer in 5 to 6 lines only. This is called paraphrase. Paraphrase, it is compulsory question which will be asked in your exam. Right? So in paraphrase, just one poem will be given to you. Study carefully what is the meaning of poem or what does the poet want to tell. Then after, if you have understood the poem nicely, then after in your mind you will create within minimum lines, means 5 to 6 lines. If the poem consists of 16 to 18 lines or 20 lines, what is the theme of the poem? Just remember. What does the poet want to tell? Means in extra talk, you don't have to write in detail. But in brief, what is the central idea of this poem? You have to write within 6 to 7 lines. Clear, students? Okay. So paraphrase the following in 6 to 7 sentences. In your exam, this question will be asked to you. This compulsory question, if you don't know this question, then in option I think graph interpretation will be asked. But it is very easy. In both the questions, you have to write within 5 to 6 lines. Clear? So, this is unknown poem. Look, we have to live differently or we will die in the same old ways. This poem is based on total the grandmothers, our grandmothers who live on this planet, who live on this earth. The poet has dedicated this poem to all the grandmothers of the world, all the grandmothers of the world who live on this planet. So poet is telling that we have to live differently, means poet wants to tell to the grandmother who live on this earth that we have to live differently, means grandmother have to live differently. Poet is giving advice to the grandmother. Please change your lifestyle. If you do not change your lifestyle, you will die in the same old ways. Means grandmother have many responsibilities. In past, she has brought his son, daughters. When she becomes old, she has to look after her son's son or her daughter's son or daughter's daughter or son's daughter. Means she has sacrificed all her life. She has sacrificed in all her life. Now she has become old. She has the right to live independently. She is also a human being. But she feels shyness. She cannot utter word. She wants that it is her duty. She has to bear each and everything in her life. In past she worked in kitchen. At present she has to work in kitchen. She has to she has to be helpful to her daughter-in-law, to her daughter, to her son. Means she live for others only. Poet says that till this age you have lived for others. You have lived for others, but now it is time that you have to live for yourself. Must live means leaves all the things and think of yourself. Student, I think you can understand very well what the poet suggests to tell or what the poet wants to tell in this poem. Therefore, poet is telling that I call on all grandmothers. I means poet. Poet calls on all the grandmother who live on this planet. I call on all grandmothers means poet calls on all the grandmothers everywhere on the planet. Planet. By mistake it is printed plant, but real spelling is planet. Planet means earth. Student, make correction in your copy. Planet. I think E is misprinted. Forgotten to print E. Again I repeat, sorry for that. Planet. Planet. Poet tells that he calls on all grandmothers everywhere on the planet to rise and take your place. And take your place, not you place. Y-O-U-R. Make correction in your copybook, your place. In the leadership of the world. What does poet want to tell? Grandmother means he calls on all the grandmother everywhere who live on this planet to rise, means to come forward and take your place. Till this day you have lived for others. Now it is time to live for yourself. You also have feelings. You also have wishes. You have fulfilled the wishes of your son, daughter, daughter-in-law, your husband, your daughter, each and every person in your family. You have fulfilled each and every wishes of your family members. Now think for your wish. Grandmothers, now think for your wish. Because all persons have grown up. Now you are free. It is their duty to live by themselves. You have spent your whole life. Clear? So writer is telling, poet is telling that please take your place in the leadership of the world. Now become leader. You have to lead the family now. Till this day, you have done your job nicely. You have fulfilled the wish of each and every person. Now, be leader. Take your place in the leadership of the world. Now fulfill your wish also, grandmother. You have to fulfill your wish. You have suppressed your wishes in your mind and do not disclose them. But now it's time. Come out of the kitchen. Till this date you have done work in kitchen. Out of the field you have done work in field also. In the parlors also. Out of the television. Step forward and assume the role for which you were created. Assume the role for which you have created means now assume the role for which you have created means now it is time that you have to fulfill your own wish. Till today you have worked in kitchen, in field, helped do job in parlors. Clear? Now it is time for you to lead humanity to health, happiness and sanity. Clear, students? And the poet has completed the poem. Now the theme of the poem, you can understand very well what just I have explained to you. Now you have to write in 5 to 6 lines What is the theme of this poem? Look, this is the answer which I have given to you. Like this way, from reference book, you can study each and every paraphrase and answer will be given for you. Just first don't see answer. Try to make the answer by yourself so that you can understand have you understood the poem or not. If you have understood the poem, then after it will be very easy for you to create answer in 5 to 6 lines. If you do not have any kind of understanding, then it will be impossible for you to create answer. If you have understood, this is the like this way, student. This called, in other word, we can tell this is one kind of paraphrase writing. For example, in movie, we spend 3 hours, right? For example, you have gone to see a movie, and movie is so fine, very fine story, very very fine. You have spent 3 hours. Look how to create paraphrase. You have spent 3 hours. It seems that you have spent 3 minutes only. You enjoyed the movie too much. Now you have told your friend, please, whenever you get time, please go in the theater and watch this movie. Your friend tells you that, okay, I will go. Because you are praising too much for this movie, surely I will go. And student, what happens? He will not get any time. And from the theater, so he will not get any time. And from theater, when he goes to see the movie, it was changed. Means it has gone. So now he comes to you and tells you that when I went to see the movie, it has gone. There was new picture. Means it was placed with other picture. Now tell me a story. Your friend tells you that tell me a story of that movie. So student, you have spent 3 hours. And you narrate the story within 20 minutes. From beginning till end, you have explained him or her nicely. For this, you have spent either 20 or 30 minutes. But the movie, the story has been narrated by you, has been explained by you nicely, but within 20 to 25 minutes. Means you have spent 180 minutes. Within 20 minutes, only summary has been explained by you nicely. Like this way, you have understood the poem will be of 18 to 20 lines. You have to write in brief 5 to 6 lines. Clear? This is called paraphrase. Means in movie there was song. There were 5 songs. So you cannot tell that now it is time for song. Listen, I will sing a song for you, right? So within 20 minutes it is completed by you. Like this way, paraphrase. In paraphrase you have to narrate the story in brief. So if you have understood nicely, you can write the answer like this. The poet calls all grandmothers who live on this planet to come together because he wants that grandmothers have spent their lives in household work, in the kitchen, field. Means she has helped her all family members, or in job she has spent her whole life in kitchen and in job. But they have not thought for themselves. By mistake it is written thing, but make correction in it. But they have not thought, THOUGHT. By mistake it is written think. It is first form, but after have, we have to write third form, think, thought. But they have not thought for themselves. Student, make correction. Instead of think, cut this word. Write the spelling of THOUGHT, thought. They have not thought for themselves. Now it is the right time for them to enjoy their rights, live for themselves. Further he says that if they do not follow this advice, poet tells the grandmother that if they means all the grandmothers who live on this planet, if they do not follow the advice, they will end their lives in the same way. Again, student, there is mistake. They will end. The spelling of end is E-N-D. By mistake, it is printed A-N-D. Okay, again, sorry for that. Make correction. Instead of A letter, write correct spelling E-N-D. So, in the last line, he wants to tell that if they do not follow this advice, they will end their lives in the same way. Clear? Okay, students. So I have completed this chapter for you. We will meet in the next video with new chapter. Till then, goodbye and take care of yourself. Spare time for English also. Okay? Bye.